This is the new best clan capital attack strategy to two-shot any district. This army consists of using a mountain golem and hog raiders. Usually this contains one mountain golem with 4 to 6 hog raiders, while also taking a frost and haste for the first attack and then using a frost and rage for the second attack. Other troops that you can bring, such as a super barbarian, can help funnel and expand the placement map a little bit for your mountain golem. Taking a zap spell will also allow you to reset defenses, especially inferno towers due to their high damage beam. Let's start with Wizard Valley, considering it has 3 Inferno Towers. So to start off an attack like this, you mainly want to use the Mountain Golem and the Endless Haste. This is going to give that Golem a huge speed buff, as it allows it to move through and get to defenses quicker than it usually would. As this is the case, all the other things that you have are really going to provide a lot of synergy with this. Hog Raiders allowing you to stun buildings, making it really easy to control where your mountain golem is going to go, but also allowing you to kind of focus in on an area, and it also really just allows you to stop the infernos or any other high damage related defenses. So using a frost belts over a clump of buildings such as infernos can be pretty nice. Having the use of the hog raiders to stun those buildings though can be very, very good as well, considering you don't have to use the lightning spell in this case. You have hog raiders to kind of do that for you, and also they can distract the beam, allowing your mountain golem time to easily get to that inferno tower. Other than this, you're able to really easily move through other buildings, as they just won't do as much damage. Just make sure though that you're able to use your lightning spell over any other infernos that you didn't use a frost spell over, or if you don't have any more hogs to get through. But you should be able to get through a large area of the base, because the mountain golem just has a lot of HP and it's really fast now. Now on the second hit, it should be really easy. All you have to do is use your mountain golem in your already existing haste, so you don't have to bring more. You can then, in this case, take a rage and a frost spell, using the same approach that you did on the first half, using the mountain golem to go in for buildings while also providing support thanks to the hog raiders as you go around the base. The frost spell can be used in order to clear through a clump of buildings, making it a little bit easier towards the latter half of this second half, but also utilizing the rage spell in order to keep the power of the mountain golem moving and doing just so much damage. Realistically, it just adds more speed, so it prevents him from taking too much fire for too long, and it just then allows you to have more than enough time to easily 3-star with a troop like this, considering it's really fast, it does a lot of damage, it has a lot of tankage, and realistically, being able to control with the hogs and of course support him with them can easily allow you to 3-star. Now Barbarian camp, in my opinion, is a bit easier for the mountain golem before and after the addition of the endless haste. However, in terms of this, you could always bring in the use of a super wizard to help funnel if you see a clump of buildings, while also using a super barbarian. Bringing these troops in can provide a lot of support, but of course, using the endless haste and the mountain golem will then allow you to start moving yourself in. You just want to make sure that you are controlling where he's going. Of course, you can definitely take advantage of the layout of the map, but you also want to make sure that you are just controlling where he's going by using some of those hog raiders, while also using maybe some of your barbarians to help clear out buildings and set something up for the rest of the bush. You just want to make sure that he kind of stays and goes in the right direction, as if he goes elsewhere, it can really cause some issues. Of course, with that haste, it's really, really difficult to stop a strategy like this, but even still, you want to control where he's going, so he's not going into an area of a lot of DPS and just getting DPS down. You just want to make sure that you're continuing to work yourself through. As for the frostbow, you should really be using it over a clump of buildings, especially ones with multiple cannons that are going to do a lot of damage, especially those that hit multiple times. And this is going to allow you to more than easily move through with your mountain golem, and it also then allows you to just have a lot of flexibility, as your mountain golem will be able to clear a large area already and get you a lot of percentage on the first half. Now from here, you should be able to finish off the rest of this in just another attack. Even if there are a lot of areas of high DPS, you can more than easily place in your mountain golem within the haste and then start letting him do some work. Having the hog raiders to start distracting alongside stunning a lot of these hard-hitting defenses. A rage spell in that area can do a lot of work, because remember, endless haste plus rage is equaling a faster golem, and having the hog raiders to be right in front of him just gives you a lot more power, and it keeps your HP up on your mountain golem, which is always important. As for the frost, just like what I've said before, use it over a clump of buildings, but if you can get a key building like the rocket artillery, that can be really, really nice for you. You just want to make sure that you are easily working yourself around. The use of lightning spells can be used to stun defenses, especially something in the frost spell, as they are going to take a lot more from that stun of the zap spell. But as you just work yourself through, you're able to really easily smash down a lot of defenses and a lot of buildings with the mountain golem as you work yourself around for a super simple 3-star. Of course, the Balloon Lagoon is another one that has 2 Inferno Towers, but it's relatively easy. As in most cases, you can use that Endless Haste with the Mountain Golem to start moving in. Being able to provide support as you continue to work yourself around is very important, as you really want to make sure that you are keeping a lot of HP on your Mountain Golem. Preserving HP of that Mountain Golem is very important. You want to make sure that you're preserving it so he's able to clear through the back end part of the base. So using your frost spells over clumps of buildings, especially if there is a Inferno Tower, that's some really nice value. Now, if you want to take in the use of a battle ram, then you could always use it to provide tankage, as those spawn units can pretty much tank for your mountain golem. Take away damage meant for the mountain golem and giving it to other troops, allowing that mountain golem to stay up for a lot longer. This is why the rework to the frost and also the addition of the endless haste gave the golem life. It gave it life to the extent of being an incredibly strong attack. Really, as you start to slowly finish up the attack, using any other leftover troops that you have to provide support, stunning from the hog raiders, distraction from barbarians and the battle ram, while your mountain golem can clear through a large area and get a ton of percentage on a lot of districts, including Balloon. This should really make it easy for your second half. Just make sure that you deploy in your mountain golem within that haste. Make sure you don't miss it, or else the golem is really not going to do very much at all and you'll probably time fail. But in order to get this second hit in, you just want to make sure that you are using him within it, so that way you can start supporting him with those hog raiders. Any barbarians that you have, though, I would just recommend taking the hog raiders in your second hit, since realistically the mountain golem goes for anything, so you really don't need to worry. Again, frost spells should be chosen to be used over a large area, specifically around key defenses and a lot of clumped up buildings. Rage spells to get through an area of a lot of DPS, and also to allow your mountain golem to stay moving through and speeding through and doing a lot of damage as you work yourself around. The mountain golem is just an insanely strong troop that can clear through a large area and cut down defenses smooth like butter, thanks to the endless haste for making it viable.